We do have, like some of our sophomores, dip skull and that kind of stuff. We don't condone that.
Got one of these?
But Chad always comes in your room and you got any of that one stuff?
Got one of these for me? Got copper for me?
Mr. Competitive. This guy is not happy unless he's out competing. Mr. Volleyball, Mr. Football, Mr. Basketball, Mr. Darts, Mr. Billiards, Mr. Foosball, Mr. Card Shark. You name it, he does it well. We went down for spring break down to Murray State to another ATO chapter where I had some good friends down there. And most times, you go on spring break.
You guys know what that means?
No.
Chewing tobacco.
A lot of us, I know. A lot of us chew like tobacco. And we all quit. That was our graduation, we all quit. Anyhow, but that's what the topper is. It's another dip. Or you got one of these. That's the dip. He's the world's worst. It's $2.89 a can. It gets to be expensive.
Chad is remarkable at class scheduling. If there's an easy class out there, my God, he's taking it or taking it. Our sophomores,
Line up
when they're looking to pad their schedule up a little bit, they're knocking on Chad's door. He's a great consultant. It's Siskel, Ebert, and Chad. He watches every movie, he's seen every movie, and he will tell you the whole plot before you've seen the movie, so you don't have to rent movies. It's nice to have him around.
This includes all movies.
It includes
All movies.
Even those, Chad, on our spring break, visited the Murray State Donut Shop. It was fun.
Hey.
The Janet Tennyson episode, what an ordeal that was.
Don't bring me in this.
I don't know. Anyways, he's Mr. FBI. He's going into the FBI eventually, we think.
You're not supposed to know that.
But he can't tell you that or he'll have to kill you. And he is our class grandpa. He's an old man. He's
24 years old.
Whopping 24. He gives us words of advice.
None of them good, but he gives them to me.
Chad's done.
Chad House.
Got as much as I could on him. Hey.
Are you having a good time?
What?
Are you having a good time? Good.
It's up there in my closet.
Somebody go up there and try to find
Meese. Hey, Meese, we need coffee.
Coon cap.
It's in his room. He has
Red
to
on one side, blue on
I
the
was
other.
38 years in a boys' school up in New England.
Really?
Well, we'll go get through this, but we all know this. Best Mash. She's sitting right over there. And where's Mash? Ooh.
She's not sitting right over there.
Psycho Crawford.
Yeah, that was
Long time ago, Keith. Long time ago. Best characteristic. And look at him now, just in the chair and stuff. Father figure. Justin Dye, the father figure, will take over any conversation. Great guy. I can see the little kid sitting on his lap right now. He wants it.
Kate.
Worst characteristic. Justin, can you say a few words for us, please?
Say hello.
Hello. Hick accent.
What a setup.
All right, and we're just going to go through just a bunch of these points through here. I'm just going to name them. Not a lot of stories. If anyone jumps into the stories, they can. But this last semester, Bard avoiding Dye. He's been a little stressed out with law school, so he avoids the bar. Law school stressing Dye. We have a wall of rejection if you want to go up there and look at room 21. Or 20, is it? 20 has a line of rejection.
Next year. 1920.
I don't know my number.
1920.
Numerous rejection letters, and more to come. Freshman roommate 11 Dye.
Hi, Eden Walker.
Ned's not here, but they're pledge brothers and probably the most opposite fellows you'd ever want to meet in your entire life, but we end up being pledge brothers.
Ned's a deadhead.
And God, I wish I had it, but if any of you looked at the meat book freshman year, I had the meat book picture from hell, Dye. GQ. Had the feathered hair. He had the night. This was, 2 hours in the making for this.
Speaking of hair, Justin Dye used to have a permanent His hair on top. These cute little curls, precisely done. You'd see him in the mirror, spritz like this, those nice little jello.
Which brings us to 2 more points. He's the Nexus Saloon too. Is he has more hair care products than Walmart. And he's most likely opened up a hair care saloon with Tom Sams, and we'll get to all that. He'll open it up and make
Most likely
millions.
to lose that hair first.
And yeah, I don't know if you all watch us, but for the younger crowd, we watch it religiously. But Melrose Place, have you heard of it? Yes. But he's the Billy wannabe. This old suave, innocent type Billy, but still, yeah. And the coon cap wearing dye. We don't have it. You can find it?
I can find it. It's not
Can
hanging
anyone
up.
explain this coon cap thing?
Who's worn
You
the
got
most?
it.
You
Randy.
wore the most.
Basically, it's like an old pilot's flight cap, but it's kind of insulated, and it's like shiny blue on one side, and then you turn it inside out, and it's kind of a felty fluorescent pink. It's kind of a hunting cap type thing. I don't know what you call it. It's got the name of the coon cap.
God awful, but he'll just think it's cool to throw that on to the bar and go out for the evening. And he looks
Play
like
tennis
hell.
in it sometimes.
Where'd it come from?
I stole that from one of my buddies back home. He called it his coon hat. That's what he went out and hunted coons in, and it's a great thing. You pull it all the way down. It's over your ears. You strap it up over.
Sounds
and,
like that one.
Usually, the loser of our card games usually has to wear that out to the bars. Hirsch wore it on spring break and looked on it.
No, that was...
Dave did on the tennis court and looked at Mark.
Dom had to wear it out to the water and back to the beach on Key West Beach where there's probably 500 people. Because he lost a roll.
Scream Oklahoma, Oklahoma,
Oklahoma. We'll get to that. Another story. All right, also, Justin is the eternal law school waitlist die. The no friends left in Kappa, which is the sorority die. And
Ouch.
you can explain that if you want.
Got banned from Kappa.
I dated.
Word of mouth gets around real quick at DePaul University. Kappa is his first place that he learned of his escapades. The Soul Train die, can't dance worth a lick. The Ralph Lauren wannabe. The Bear Hunting die, just about as bad as Houston. I'll do anything for beads die. If anybody's ever been to Mardi Gras, they know that's not good. And my personal favorite, and I think I'll say it's true right now, most likely to be mayor, judge, or lawyer of Podunk, Indiana. Right there. Southern Indiana, I mean Newburgh, down there somewhere, he's going to be the mayor. He's a tennis stud Agassi wannabe. And I've already talked about Nexus Saloon, and we'll get that. And do you guys know Brent Bryhop, sophomore? Large fella? Bryhop.
Come on, man, no fat jokes.
The Bryhop body double. And we have to throw one nice one on here. Best girlfriend on campus die.
Aw.
Up Wrinkle, in case you didn't know.
His worst match was Stephanie, Stacy Roberts, and Bridget Blanchard. Or Birgit, excuse me. His best characteristic, we said, what's this, Thomas Sands Senior, number 4128007, 242454. Expiration 595.
Your visa number.
442-1-1-228-294. He's got it memorized and been coming for it.
It's your visa card.
She made me memorize this.
His worst characteristic, we call him the culinary artist because he likes to go, we go out, occasionally and frequent the bars, and he likes to invite people back here, go down to ATO's kitchen and fry up onion rings, French fries,
Chicken
eggs,
nuggets.
chicken
Big
nuggets.
fan of chicken nuggets.
We walked down there one night, and I think there were, like 20, 25 people in the kitchen, all eating, and Sam's was cooking it up for them all.
And not an ATO inside, right?
This is an ad for Robert's one, actually. It's called the Best Performance, band from Theta.
He
maybe you can ask
tossed
him
the
about it later.
VCR halfway across their formal lounge.
wasn't me.
That wasn't it.
I didn't throw the beat. You have to be quiet, you're in the chair.
Okay, it's me he threw.
We're gonna go through a list of a list that describes a few things. Boot losing Sam's. He came home and lost one boot in one room and a boot in another room, and he spent half the next day looking for both of them. Bobby Knight Sam's. Chair throwing.
Toss hold on.
Sunday. No, hold on. I see. Brad Sugarman wannabe.
Oh my!
We missed that. You got to say it again.
Brad
Sugarman
Sugarman.
wannabe.
Brad Sugarman was a member of our pledge class
That lived in the Walden for 3 weeks.
who left after halfway through sophomore year. He moved into the Walden and took up residence there after rooming with Tom and transferred to another school.
I've had 2 roommates. They both transferred off this campus.
Dun, 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 dun.
This one may need a little explanation. Somebody here can do it. Surf and Turf Sam's, Spring Break '92. All right.
Oh, Justin.
We all go. Dave and I, and Lee and Tom and Eric. We all go to Captain Bob's seafood place, and we order modest meals. We order our,
Fish and chips.
fish and chips, whatever. Tom breaks out the surf and turf.
But the thing was, he didn't mind eating that surf and turf, but he also didn't mind coming back from the bars and eating about 4 bags of oodles and noodles with ketchup, salsa, and chips all mixed into a bowl.
Spaghetti sauce. I mean, everything that was left in the apartment didn't matter. One pot, one dish. He'd serve it up and slap it in us, even while we were sleeping.
Tom would sprint home. We all went out and bought groceries together. Tom would literally sprint home, make sure that he was the first one home, and would eat all our food every single night. We come home starving, everything's closed, and he's in bed sleeping, his gut all pooched out.
Spaghetti sauce all over.
Yeah, there's trash all over the kitchen. We're so mad.
Trail of salsas.
I'm all pork chop. Next we have Phi Kappa Psi wannabe. Next is Salon Sam's. We'll get to that later. A name that came up that I wasn't familiar with was Pork Chop Sam's.
Pork chop. Hey, I mean, if I'm going to be called Donut, I have to give him some nickname. Pork chop seemed appropriate.
We have Anal Pledge Class President Sam's. Giorgio Armani Sam's. Theta Groupie Sam's. Chicky Lovin' Sam's. Chicky is the bartender at the
My
pub.
boss.
Bahama Cruisin' Sam's.
You want to explain that one?
No, we don't. No, please.
Yeah, we do.
No, we can't drop it. Come on.
It's popular demand. We need to know. I mean,
The 7-year expiration is about to pass.
It's only 4. It's got to go for 7 before we talk about that.
All right, we have Run for the Border Sam's. One of our personal favorites, Valpo Sam's. Bravo, Valpo.
Come on, Valparaiso Law School.
The Morning After, Bad Hair Sam's. Night Terror Sam's.
Oh, this is a great story. I'm sleeping. My bed's right next to the door. This is, I mean, I already told you how Randy and I had some really flipped out dreams. All of a sudden, like instantly, he sits up and looks at me. And I'm like, Tom? He's like, yes. Oh, God. I'm like, what's he doing? And he's like, who is that? Who is that? And I have Jimmy was sleeping above me. And his blanket's like hanging over. It looks like somebody's standing on the bed. And he's like pointing at me. And he's like freaking out. I'm like, Tom, go back to bed. And in an instant, he was flashed. He just stood up, ran, sprinted right around my bed, full sprint into the door, knocked himself out. Bam! Fell to the ground, had no clue what happened. I picked him up. I'm like, Tom, go to bed. Dragged him to his bed, called him back. He's like, hi, miss. That was him. Strange character in the whole dorm.
Let's see, what else? We got Thin Wall Sam's, Popeye Cav Sam. I think Turan has a few here.
Bigger than mine.
Okay, we've got Naked Sam's.
Explain it.
Wait. Tyler, what?
Naked Sam's. About 2 months ago, I was on my way to bed, and I used to sleep in the cold dorm on the left side, right next to Tom's bed. I had a water bed, and there was Sam's in the bunk bed. And I woke up to go to bed. He's butt naked. What's going on here? There's no girls in the room. You know, all guys cold door, all guys fraternity. Tom Sam's naked. And so we got naked Sams. The next one is the Ace of Base Sams. And the Ace of Base is a popular singing group. They have a couple top 10 hits out. He's bought the CD 3 times, and each time it's stolen after he buys it. So 3 of us back here each have a copy.
And the last one on the list is, Where's My Car, Sam's? Okay, Lee Steele. Best characteristic, he's a great organizer. He's always organizing. He's getting things together. Hey, we're having this party then. At this time, you be here, you bring such and such. And I'm calling the pie fives. Always. They're coming. Worse, he's a stress case. Kid stresses about life. Kid stresses about what he's going to eat the next morning.
More than me?
More, almost.
No, he lays his clothes out in the morning so he knows what to wear.
I don't do that.
Mrs. Steele, you're talking well.
I don't.
No, he does. He lays his clothes out in the morning.
Best mash, Sarah Blessing. God bless you, Lee. Worst mash, God we hate you, Lee. Sandy Nail.
And Stephanie Roberts.
We want to meet that girl.
But speaking of mashes, Lee acquired the nickname Tricky Dick when he was in Athens,
Hey,
Greece.
show the Steele family leave the room.
I got 2 letters from Lee. I was in England and Lee was in Greece. And each letter was about 6 pages long. 3 pages were about all the women that he was courting at that time.
Can I tell him the story?
Courting us? Take it away.
Just say it.
Kelly, do you remember Kelly?
Oh,
Friend.
Kelly.
Kelly, were you dating this girl?
I got a story.
Yeah, no, we both did.
Go ahead.
Kelly, a friend he's kind of dating, she goes to Butler. She comes down to my place. She's like, you know, I miss Lee so much, you know, I haven't heard from him. And I'm like, oh, he just mentioned you not too long ago in one of the letters. You want to read it, you know? She's like, oh, I'd love to. I'm like, my letters are here somewhere. I was busy, like, cleaning clothes or something, I don't know. So I hand her the box of, like, all my correspondence with Lee and Steve and all that stuff. So she picks up the letter. And like Tran said, he told me about a lot of people he's hooked up with since Kelly. Kelly's the only word I remember reading in there. I didn't remember all the names after that. So she's reading, I look over and there's tears streaming down. I'm like, what? And she's like, it says he's hooked up with 5 girls since he's left me. I'm like, oh God, what have I done? And so I had to explain to him that I ruined his chances with Kelly. That's probably for the best. She wouldn't like it.
So I got another story. While Kelly was on the rebound, I guess, I was down at Indiana University one day while Lee was still in Greece. I had just gotten back from Germany and I went down to visit Jim at IU. And we were in Kilroy's bar at IU. And I was standing there, I had an Outward Bound shirt on, and this girl grabs me. She's like, oh, you did Outward Bound, starts talking about Outward Bound. Just proceeds to hit on me, basically, to start hitting on me. And I'm not bragging by any means, but I'm saying, this girl's hitting on me, and all of a sudden, we get to the point that I go to DePaul, and it turns out it's Kelly. She's still bummed out from the letter she read to me. She's hitting on every guy in Kilroy.
Kelly bought me dinner twice.
Ends up hitting on me. Finally gets to someone Lee knows. Also, another story about Kelly. Lee brought her home one night here. It was Lee's birthday, so he had a birthday cake up in his room. And
Courtesy of Mom Steele.
courtesy of, well,
No one ate a lick of it.
well, no, a lot of people did. Lee brought her up to the room, and the birthday cake was in there, and Lee had done something wrong for me earlier in the week. I can't remember what it is right now, but I told him I'd get him back and Kelly came business. So I proceeded to get everyone in the whole house to go up to Lee's room, sing happy birthday, and sing the Kelly song from Cheers, which I don't know if you know that. Kelly, 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 Kelly.
Kelly, Kelly.
So for about 2 hours, we had everyone in the house and girls from other houses coming up to Lee's room, eating birthday cake and saying hi to Kelly. So by the end of the night, the whole campus had met Kelly. Wish Lee a happy birthday.
Lee was so bummed.
Lee just wanted to, mash with this girl. We wouldn't let him because everyone stayed in the room.
All right, next two topics of business are going to be Stephanie Lancaster and Lee's 21st birthday party.
Lee and I have very similar birthdays. His is December 12th, mine being December 13th. And our 21st birthdays came around, and that's right around finals time. And mine was on a Sunday, and Lee's was on a Saturday, but this was Friday because at midnight Lee turned 21. And Lee came up to me to my room and said, "Tom, come on, we're going to go out to the bar and we'll celebrate my birthday." And I said, no, you'll be proud of this. I had to stay home and study. And I did. I stayed home and studied. Stayed home, but Lee went out. Lee unfortunately went out, and at that point in time we were living in the same cold dorm, and Lee came in at about 2 o'clock in the morning, stumbling, and proceeded to get into his mattress, and suffice it to say, I was going to call 911 on him. We were worried about aspirating him too. But he was puking in my sleep.
I slept 6 rooms away and I heard the noise.
The kid was in some sorry shape, but the best thing about it, he was out the next night to celebrate my birthday. And Mom, Dad, I was not that bad shape. I know you are.
So proud.
Hey, why I have you two talking? Do you guys want to talk about the story when he locked himself in our room? You said, do you remember this? He was with a girl this time. In our room. Lee and I room. And Lee beat on the door. I've never seen Lee. Every vein in his face. He was kicking the door. Thomas Sampson! And he called him every name in the book. And I was like, these two will never be friends. And they woke up the next morning like, hey Lee, what's up? Don't even remember the conversation. And it was possibly the worst conversation between friends I've ever seen in my entire life.
Lee used some pretty mean things that night.
Do you remember what he said?
Yeah, I do. I remember exactly what he said.
I'm surprised you're not scarred. I would have been scarred if it was me.
Okay.
All right, here we go. We have a lot.
Lancaster, who would like to talk about, or do you want to talk about IU?
I want to talk about IU/Pacers League. Whenever there's a basketball game on TV about the Indiana University Hoosiers or the Indiana Pacers, no matter what's due tomorrow, test, paper, final examination, midterm, Lee will watch the entire game. And he gets so fired up about this game. And he's
in front of
distracted.
the TV about it.
If somebody gets in front of him, get out of my way. Lee gets really into these games. He lives for the Hoosiers and the Pacers. No matter when these games come up, he has to watch them.
And there's two phrases that always come out. Go ahead, Hirsch. You know it better than I
No,
know.
I don't. Okay. I know, well, anytime during the game, if I come down there, he knows anybody's listening, the Pacers did something really good. Come on!
Or it'll be, yes!
But if they lose, I'll never forget, real quick, we were in Colorado, Dr. Steele, you remember this? We were in Colorado and the Indiana Pacers lost. I've never seen, I thought he needed counseling. No, they lost. Dr. Steele, Eric, you were there. Mies, you were there. Dr. Steele's like, let's go out. We're going to have a couple beers after skiing, whatever. He wouldn't even go out. He wouldn't go out. IU lost. IU lost, and he would not go out. He was so depressed.
Oh, God, I remember that.
He was so depressed. Dr. Steele, so Eric and I go out with Dr. Steele to the bar. And whose condo are we staying in? The Steeles. Whose son are we guests with? The Steeles. Where is he? Pouting because IU lost. No, he was pissed off.
That's a great videotape of that evening, Tom.
No.
When
we get married.
Right there.
Dr. Steele, you'd be very proud of your son. The man will drink literally until his eyes shut about this far. He can make it to his bed, and he doesn't quit until those eyes shut. He'll have a beer in his hand until those things shut. So.
Come on, Pie.
But he's got to have a high
fight with him. If it was not a pie fight,
If you've ever looked at any of our pictures of Lee, none of them are with a wide-eyed Lee.
Oh, that's the truth.
That is the truth.
Every picture I've ever seen, he is half-masked.
Hey, you don't exactly. Every picture that you see. Stay around afterwards.
I just figured he blinked.
Right.
Last thing about Lee is, what else can we say? He is a Pi Phi groupie. He loves that house.
Wi-Fi lover.
He's a Pi Phi lover.
He has a thing on his phone, right in front of his phone over at his OIT house, that's got every Pi Phi's name, their phone number if they have a room number, their age, their birthday. No, I kid you not.
And their
It's
summer
right on the
home.
phone.
He's
And their
a
son.
bigger groupie than I am a DZ groupie, and that's saying something.
Yeah, all I can say is this.
Yes! Dr. Steele, you taught him well.
Let's name off some of these. We kind of did this in tribute to Pi Phi for Lee. Actually, Pelzer's a Theta, but Tom and Lee had this fight over Pelzer. Well, one night Lee would be with
that a
her,
girl?
and they'd be saying, "You don't like Tom, do you?" And then the next night Tom would be with her, and he'd be like, "You don't like Lee, do you?" And they fought over her forever. Megan Henderson.
I gave her to him.
Most of them have a common interest in all these. Megan Henderson,
Is there a time limit here?
Beck Howard, Tiffany Kakura,
Freak.
Marcy from IU, Katie O. I remember one time freshman year,
Oh, God.
first week in school, Lee meets Katie O, and he's so happy. He's in love. He's in love with this girl. So it's like 4:30 in the morning, and I'm sleeping like a good mom, like a good boy mom. And he's knocking on my door saying, "Ned, I'm in love. I gotta tell you."
But then he went up to her little sign. You know, we all had these little signs we could write messages on the door. Katie, I love you, Lee Steele.
I wasn't sober then.
Madeline? Have you mentioned Madeline?
You guys, Madeline?
You know he's living
Liar. Remington.
Obsession with Remington.
Steve's old girlfriend. Slancaster.
Yes, we know.
And this is spectacular.
These are good, these are good.
Well, Blessing and Twyford.
Oh, pool table.
Oh.
Pool table.
Crawford.
Hey!
And lastly, but not leastly, what was I going to say here?
Steph Roberts.
Robert's on there.
Jen Hill and Steph Roberts.
That's four.
All right, Lee, you can get up.
All right, to start out with, I really didn't like him, any of these guys, freshman year. I was
You were a
really,
jerk.
Tom will tell you, I hated this man.
I hated you.
We would pass around this white light, which is like a bonding thing for ATOs. And every time he would bitch about it. You're doing this wrong, you're doing this wrong. And every time I would get it, Tom, I hate you. And that just went back and forth. But the one guy that I bonded with freshman year was Stephen Rand. Because we went to spring break together. Your spring break plans got messed up, and I didn't like any of these guys, so I was going up with the sophomores to South Padre, going down to South Padre. One reason I didn't like these guys, I lived in North Quad and they lived in South Quad. But I ended up going to spring break with him, and that's where the transformation of Stephen Paul Turan to Gabby Tyrannimal began. They called him Gabby, all the seniors.